Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. Today's video is about Babycat and good alternatives to Babycat. If ever there was a perfume created for me, it would be Babycat. For those of you who have been following me for some time, you know my favorite notes are vanilla, incense, and spices with woods in the background. And when Babycat came out, I knew immediately it was going to be a lifer for me. This is a ride or die perfume. The problem being, especially for those of us who live in the United States, it is pretty much impossible to find. Now, it pops up every once in a while over at Selfridges and then it sells out in about an hour. So for the past year, I have been on the hunt for good Babycat alternatives, just in case it disappears from the face of the earth, never to be seen again. Now, there was a time for several months that it wasn't available anywhere. So if that perfume disappears from the face of the earth, do not fear. I have 7 perfumes in front of me that I think are good alternatives, and 2, 3, 4, 5 that are almost spot on dupes. Almost. Maybe 85% and up, and we'll get into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the ones that are furthest away from Babycat to the ones that are closest to Babycat, and there's only one dupe or impression in this list. The rest are original creations. And with that, let's get started. In the 7th spot is one by Jardin, and it is Vanilla Nomad. Now, this is a beautiful perfume, and it is the least like Babycat, but I think it is a spectacular fragrance that people should know about. I never see people talk about it. So this is a beautiful ambery, spicy, woody perfume. And this one has a lot of, this is a very ambery take on that scent profile. There's a lot of benzoin. So benzoin is sweet and resinous. Think of balsamic vinegar. Now remove the vinegar, that kind of sweetness in there. There's still vanilla and there's still incense in here, but there's no suede, there's no pepper, and there's no saffron. So it doesn't have that leathery undertone. It's more balsamic, it's more ambery, it's a little bit lighter. It does have some spices. There's some coriander in here, but like I said, no saffron. It also has a little bit of cardamom, so some spiciness, but the vanilla is toned down. The ambery resinous part is amped up, wood in the base. Just a beautiful, spicy, resinous amber that I think is a good alternative for those of you who do not like that saffron or leather accord. If you cannot take that and you enjoy a nice resinous benzoin heavy perfume that has vanilla and incense, this is a great one. In the 7th place is Vanilla Nomad. So in the 6th place is a perfume that I did a direct comparison to Babycat probably about a year ago, because it was pretty much the closest thing at that time to Babycat, and is Rosendo Mateu number 5. This is an ambery floral musk with a lot of spices. This is not my favorite. The opening, I think a lot of people get this off-putting, burned tire opening, and I am one of those people. And I don't know if it's the florals, I don't know if it's the spices and the musk combined. It has an off-putting opening, but the dry down is very, very pretty. It is a dark, rich, deep, spicy, musky amber. The musk is not a clean musk. It is more of an alluring, sensual, dark musk. This is a powerhouse, a head turner, a boss babe fragrance. I do not pick up any sweet smokiness, and the vanilla, which the vanilla in Babycat is sort of a gourmand vanilla. I don't get that in here. It's more of an amberiness. So for that reason, and now that I have a bunch of better alternatives, this one is a lifer for a lot of people. But there are ones in this list, I'm looking at them, they're right in front of me, but they're just below the camera, that I do like better. But at one point, I thought they were very close. The next one is the only impression or dupe or interpretation or inspiration for Babycat, and this, in my opinion, is the best bang for the buck. If you love Babycat and you are okay with getting something incredibly close, maybe not perfect, maybe not 100%, maybe not 95%, but very, very close. In fact, when you don't wear them side by side, It's hard to tell the differences. It's very, very close. And you are on a budget. This is the best one. And I actually asked Siri how to pronounce this, and I can assure you it's not the right pronunciation. But of course, I'm going to put the name below, Rifaqaat. And it is by Paris Corner, and the bottle, these bottles are beautiful. I do kind of like the minimalism, this minimalistic design. My 4 lights on me might keep you from seeing the bottle, but it's quite beautiful. So this is an incensey, woody vanilla with spices and resins. I think it has almost the same notes. I'm going to put the notes up like I always do, but there are differences. This one doesn't have all the spices and the incense in the beginning, that punch you get in the beginning. This kind of goes right to the mid and the dry down. So it's a little bit more airy, it's a little bit more woody, it's not quite as spicy. It does have saffron, it has suede, it has woods, again it has incense, but they're almost smoothed out, toned down, and more, it's a cleaner fragrance. The wood is a little bit fresher, and it has the slightest bit of a freshness to it. So I'm telling you, if you like Babycat, that type of a scent profile, and you can't find it and you're on a budget, holy cow, this is one of the best. This is an amazing, amazing perfume. And you can spray this with Wild Abandon because it's easy to get, widely available, and I bought it directly from the website. I want to say Aroma Concepts, I'll put it below. And now we're getting to the top 4. So of course we have the OG, we have Babycat. And the 3 closest fragrances to Babycat are Vanagloria, Eau The Audacity, and an attar called Vanilla Barka by Amouage. So let's talk about the differences. These 4 fragrances have a lot in common. They obviously smell very, very similar, but they also have something else in common. Can you guess? I'll tell you. They have the same nose. Dominique Ropion created every single one of these. It is no surprise that a perfumer takes a fragrance and kind of does small tweaks on it, particularly if it's very, very popular and in demand. So I'm going to talk about Vanilla Barka by Amouage. Now this is an attar, and an attar is basically just essential oil. None of the fillers, so there's no alcohol, there's no ambroxan, there's no lifting agents, there's no binding agents. This is just straight up concentrated essential oil. And this, oh, I'm treating it like the little treasure that it is because it is very expensive. So those of you who love Babycat, who really love attars and will not get sticker shock by the price, this is an amazing perfume, and I will have this. And the reason why I have this is because, as you know, Babycat is one of my favorite scent profiles, and this is just amazing. And this will last forever. It's like 2 to 3 drops on your pulse points. I don't put perfume on my neck, but if you want to put it on your neck, it will last you all day. And this is a fragrance that I will take, but this is going to last 20 years. Oh my gosh. This is so delicious. So the notes in here, the ones that are listed, are vanilla, olibanum, which is frankincense, that's your incense, tonka bean, but I'm telling you, there has to be saffron in here because I am still getting that leathery accord. And since this is only essential oil, and there's no such thing as leather essential oil, saffron smells like leather, like a spicy leather. So I wouldn't be surprised if saffron is in here as well. I'm so careful with this because if it tempts over, it's gonna spill. So a magical oil that is just delicious. A couple drops lasts all day. The difference is this one has more vanilla in it. So it has a stronger vanilla. It's a little bit deeper, it's a little bit richer and thicker. So I typically spray on my skin and on clothes, particularly in the winter. It doesn't even matter, in the summer I do too. But this is the only one that I put on my skin. I don't put the oil on my clothes. And let me tell you, you will get wafts of it during the day. It's not gonna overpower people. It's not gonna be a head turner or a statement maker like Rosendo Mateu number 5. This is beautiful. The next one we have, I think, in the number 3 spot is Vanagloria. This is a beautiful take on an incensey, woody, spicy vanilla. This is gorgeous. Now this and Babycat differ majorly in the opening and in the dry down. That's when you can really, really detect the difference. Vanagloria has this, at first I wasn't sure if I liked the opening, but the longer I have it, I absolutely love the opening. It's very smoky. So to me, it smells like you take an incense, you take like Palo Santo wood and you dip it in something sweet. Now I know the notes say pineapple. I don't really get pineapple, but I can imagine a pineapple syrup maybe, but you dip it in something sweet and then you light it on fire and it burns. So you get that beautiful, sweet, smoky opening. It might be too much. I know there's pepper in here. It might be too much for people, but it's so, so good. In the mid, they are very, very similar. The only thing is that Babycat lasts a lot longer. The woods come out a little bit more in Vanagloria, and the vanilla in Babycat lasts longer on me. Vanagloria has this beautiful smokiness, like a charred smokiness. So it has the most charred smokiness out of all of the ones I'm talking about, and it's still quite lovely. It has this charred smokiness that Babycat doesn't have. The Babycat has a smokiness, but it doesn't quite go in that charred direction. And it's charred in a good way. It's a sweet, smoky, burning wood that has a slight charred feel to it. Now, the one that is the absolute closest to Babycat is this Eau The Audacity by Penhaligon's. Again, I've seen people say this is a 99% dupe. Wearing it side by side for 5 days, it is very, very similar. There are subtle differences, and you can tell if you wear them on each arm. Now, for practical purposes, if you have one, you do not need the other. So for me, Eau The Audacity falls in between Babycat and Vanagloria. This has a pepperiness, a sparkliness, something a little bit fresher and slightly brighter in the opening. It does have a smokiness. It's a beautiful burning smokiness. That's your incense, but it doesn't get charred. It doesn't go in the charred direction like Vanagloria does. And I don't get any of that charred smokiness in Babycat. So the opening is a little bit different. When it's at like hour 4 or 5, you cannot tell the difference. They are almost indistinguishable. But in the dry down, once again, Babycat, that vanilla, that sweet vanilla just lingers on. It's still rich, dense, dark. By, hour 8, Eau The Audacity is present. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more woody. The vanilla is toned down, and I get a little bit more of that leathery saffron thing. And Babycat, I'm telling you, lasts 10 hours. It almost becomes a skin scent, but it's almost a skin scent, not quite, but it lasts so long on me. And I'm telling you, this one, both of these are compliment getters. I have gotten compliments from strangers from both of them. So that's it. That's my quick rundown. If Babycat disappears from the face of the earth, we do not need to panic, because I think there are a lot of excellent alternatives to Babycat. So I don't feel the need to buy 3, 4, or 5 bottles. I do have a backup. But now that I have all these, I don't need a backup of Babycat. Any one of these would be a great alternative. Some smell more like Babycat than others, but they are all beautiful, incensey, spicy, vanilla fragrances with a little bit of character, a little bit of tweaking, but all perfectly beautiful, different price points, and for the most part will be accessible to most everybody out there. So no need to fear. Dominique Ropion, in one way or another through different creations, has made it possible for us to have this beautiful scent profile in our collection for hopefully years to come. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you tried any of these? Have you tried all of them? Are you thinking about trying them? Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.